want to talk about that which unites us tonight, son. I want to talk about freedom and togetherness, because this is the bit of the evening where we all begin to love each other. Everybody can have a little bit of a snog, all right? When you link arms, hold matches in the air, which is bloody difficult when you're linking arms, incidentally. Maybe sing Bob Dylan hits. All the young ones fans thinking, who's Bob Dylan then? You know? He was a bloke who couldn't sing on the end of the We Are the World video, you know? 60s folk hero, that's dangerous stuff in 86. Very bloody alternative, Ben, I must say. Anyway, I want to talk about that which unites us, because there is one thing that is similar for every person in this audience. There is one thing in which we are all the same. It doesn't matter what you are. You could be left-wing, you could be right-wing, you could be a liberal. You'd be a prat, but you could be. Bit of a round of applause there. That's obviously the Liberals. I think he's got a perfect right to say that, actually. Get you lot digging a channel tunnel, eh? We'd have a bridge from one end, a channel from the other, they'd meet in the middle, no, and everyone would drown, but it'd be a compromise, wouldn't it? Nice one, eh? Anyway, the one thing that unites us is whatever you do, whatever you are, whatever you think, if you're on a train, travelling alone, especially intercity, you want both seats to yourself. You don't want some bastard sitting next to you, do you, eh? You want the whole bench to yourself. Even Jimmy Savile wants the whole bench, eh? So we were down the station the other day and it was Euston Station, very crowded, lots of platforms, no trains. British Rail being very nice to each other, new policy, we're getting there, but there's no train, so we're not getting there very fast, are we? And there's a very, very long queue, and we British in queues are very similar. This long, winding queue round all the bird dung and the cartons of Max Packs, everybody rippling up and down, the same tiny little ringing paranoia ringing round every little British head as everyone thinks the same tiny thought. He's pushing in. That bloke's pushing in. He's pushing in. That bloke's pushing in. He's pushing in. Tell him, Frank. Tell him, Joan. He's pushing in. Tell him, Frank. Tell him, Joan. He's pushing in. Everybody worried that they're going to get done down. Everyone worrying that they're going to be the ones that don't get a seat. A little knot getting in our stomachs, giving us a hernia when we're 40. He's pushing in. And suddenly, we all take a little quantum leap into another paranoid dimension as our mantra changes slightly and we all realise that the Falkland spirit is a load of bollocks and we're all a little bunch of Thatchers underneath as everybody says, well, if he's pushing in, I'm gonna push in. And slowly but surely the queue begins to collapse. Well, if he's pushing in, I'm pushing in. If he's pushing in, I'm pushing in. Everybody jockeying for position, wondering whether they got time to get themselves a Big Mac, Whopper, Casey Jones, dog burger. Fast food, eh? Fast food taking over Britain. Fast food. I don't know why they don't just flush it straight down the toilet. Cut out the middleman, eh? Anyway, back in the queue, there's still no train. Everybody's getting very worried. Everybody's very paranoid. And underneath it all is the lowest mumble of all as we all chant together under our breath. Double seat. Double seat, gotta get a double seat, double seat, double seat, gotta get a double seat. Suddenly, the gate's open, nobody cares, push forward, we don't care, British to the front, double seat, gotta get a double seat. Little British people trying to get to the front, me in the front, me in the front, I've got a trolley, it's a weapon, it's a weapon. There's 50 of us, we're in front, we're down that platform, double seat, double seat, double seat. We pass the first class carriages, in unison we all turn and say, bloody hell, they are completely empty, why do they put them on? First class carriages, they're completely, double seat, gotta get a double seat. We pass the buffet, is it open, is it closed, it doesn't matter, it all takes the time. Double seat, I've seen mine. I'm in the end carriage, there's lots of empty seats. Oh no, they've got them little tickets that say reserved from Wapping. Have I got the guts to pull it out? Have I got the guts to just tear it out? No, I haven't, because I'm not an anarchist. Oh, down that platform, I've seen it down the corridor. Not the old lady, needy old bloke. Zero in, blue tag under the bum. I'm sorted. Spread out. Occupy your space. Imperialism with your body. Pretend to be asleep. Intimidate people. Whop the old willy on the table. Oh no, not everyone can do that, but if you can, it's a brilliant trick. Oh yes, I mean, people, they'll move a newspaper, they're not going to move your willy, are they, eh? Excuse me, is this knob taken? Yes, it is. Naff off. All right. But eventually, because it's a super saver train where all the seats are taken, was there 1 in 7 trains and the business people travel on all the others in luxury, and we're all stuck in the cattle trucks. Somebody sits beside me, as they always do, with a Sony Walkman. And I know I'm going to have to spend the next 6 hours trying to work out what the bastard's listening to. Because it's like a swarm of bees playing in your ear, playing comb and paper. Ching, 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 ching. Is that Dire Straits? I don't know. What's he listening to? And he can't hear you, so he thinks you can't hear him. So you say, could you turn it down? What? Could you turn it down? So I got up, put my plastic dog turd on my seat so now I'd sit there. Asked the bloke with a Walkman to watch my turd. Will you watch my turd? Went up the buffet. Cut a long story short, spent the rest of the journey in the buffet, playing the buffet game. You know the buffet game, you must know that one. Match the food to the photograph. Brilliant game. We were playing out for hours. What's that then? It's a sausage roll. It's not. It's a cheese and onion sandwich. It's a bag of crisps. It's a can of Coke. It's a sausage roll. Trying to get it all sorted out. What's that? What's that? Finally got it all sorted out, except the last item. Couldn't thought. Plotting it, looking at it, wobbling it about. Couldn't decide what it was. Turned out it's the bloke behind the buffet, making sure no one stood beside him. Know what I mean? I damn near bought it. I thought there's more meat in that than a British rail pie, eh? Yeah, very alternative, I must say. Anyway, the food's improving on British Rail. And anyway, don't blame the staff, blame the management. Thanks a lot. My name's Ben Elton, and good night!